All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the Akim who are tuning into these videos. All right, so this video is going to be, on the R50 microchip, the mark of the beast. It's just a quick update. I'm gonna go ahead and just read a few parts of the article that was posted here. It says, that the Fed is, it's like a website's acting up, but okay, so the article says, the Fed is looking carefully at issuing a digital dollar. Chairman Jerome Powell tells Congress. So these people, they're pretty much, trying to get this end goal of the RFID microchip to be established. And then there's going to be, some time from when you watch this video, from the making of this video until when these devils actually implement this RFID microchip. Because like the scriptures say, the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it's going to speak. And the vision that this video is talking about specifically is the mark of the beast, the charagma, the thing that's gonna that they're gonna cause everyone, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive, and if they don't receive that, they won't be able to buy or sell. So within this article, I'm just gonna read just a few parts of it, and then I'm gonna let this devil say it himself in this video. All right, so part of the article, it says that a digital currency developed by the Fed is a high priority project for us. Because this is the end game. This is the last prophecy right before all the major events happen, like World War III, Jacob's trouble, and those missiles coming down here, all in the midst Yahweh Shai returning. The war in heaven, when the chariots come and deliver the elect and destroy everyone who isn't of that number, pretty much, who were caught in their sights. And then this part of the article, it says this is something we're investing time and labor in across the Federal Reserve System, Powell said. So like this isn't just like some side project. They're actually making it their main effort to implement this RFID microchip, this digital currency that everyone is going to be tied to, just like as the scriptures say. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and play this this video just so you can listen to him say it.
We are looking carefully, very carefully, at the question of whether we should issue a digital dollar, and it's something that central banks around the world are looking at, and doing so appropriately, because the technology now enables us to do that, and it also enables private sector actors to create their own kind of digital quasi-money type of instruments. So there are significant both technical and policy questions to do with how we would go about doing that. I would say that we're committed to solving the technology problems and to consulting very broadly with the public and very transparently with all interested constituencies as to whether we should do this. I would also say we are the world's reserve currency, and we have a responsibility to get this right. We don't need to be the first. We need to get it right, and so but this is something we're investing time and labor in right across the Federal Reserve System. You may know that the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston has a partnership with MIT looking at one particular thing. We're doing.
Yeah, just real quick too, like he's saying, that the Federal Reserve's got partnership with MIT and they're looking into do particular research. Like I'm gonna rewind it to you just so you can hear this devil say it again. I'm a little bit more right here.
This is something we're investing time and labor in right across the Federal Reserve System.
So they're investing time and labor right across the Federal Reserve System so that they could achieve this goal that they're trying to do.
You may know that the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston has a partnership with MIT looking at one particular thing. We're doing research here at the board. It does hold out the prospect of the things that you mentioned, very positive. It could help with financial inclusion as well. At the same time, you want to avoid creating things that might be destabilizing or that might draw funds away from the banking system. We have a banking system which intermediates between savers and borrowers. We want to be careful about what the implications are, what we do.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it from this video. But you can see that they're doing a diligent research for this. because it's really ultimately it's not of them, to do this to fulfill prophecy. The Heavenly Father, created the wicked for the day of evil, and so they're going to do what they're made to do is pretty much fulfill prophecy, being on the wicked side of things, the son of perdition being Esau Edom, and they're going to implement the mark of the beast, because like if you read the book of Revelation, it talks about how the devil was wroth with the woman, the woman representing the nation of Israel. He's going to try to come down with the sword, having great wrath, just to try to in a feeble attempt to exterminate the nation of Israel, so that the blessing and the birthright would get back to Esau. But we know through the scriptures that that's not going to happen. Because everything's bound by prophecy. And just the simple fact that this devil, 2,000 years later, is doing something that's right out of the scriptures, is that he wants to cause both small and great, rich and poor, to receive this mark, in the right hand and the forehand. So you can just look out the window. Like right now, it's February 24th, 2021, the year of hastening. And things are hastening. It is literally the last days. So we're going to see these things start to speak and manifest. Because these devils have done a diligent search. All throughout the beginning of this nation America, which is known as Babylon the Great, back in the 17th century. We saw from the beginning of that all the way up till now. Everything that they've been doing was all leading to this. Them attempting to number the nation of Israel and take the elect out of the Lord's hand. But we know through the scriptures, that that's not going to happen. But so I'm going to read this in Habakkuk 2 verse 1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. We saw, like I said, like up until now, it's going to be a minute, probably a day, hopefully. But that's just me hoping. We know that the Lord is going to be the one who's ultimately going to make this RFID microchip, made mandatory through Esau. But we know that it's going to happen very soon. We're at the beginning of all of these things. Jacob's trouble, World War III. The scriptures have been, day in and day out, especially from last year, have been proving, that this is the scriptures, that are faithful and true. It's not a fairy tale, as the majority of the world likes to believe. A lot of the things written in this book, are key to salvation only for the hopeful elect. So that's why I'm saying, like, you're not supposed to slack off, as these things are happening, because we're about to witness these prophecies actually manifest. We're writing the vision, but ultimately it's gonna manifest very soon. You got them talking about this, like how they're doing a diligent search for this. They're investing a lot of money, a lot of resources, all so they could, fulfill this prophecy in Revelation 13. All right, so and then continue on back at Habakkuk 2 verse 3, it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. And you can see these things, like this is the year of hastening, over the returning, or the coming of Yahushai. Roughly paraphrasing the title, it's very long, but it's basically the spirit of hastening. Everything is hastening. You got Elon Musk saying that the Neuralink is going to happen within this year. They got their space shuttles out there. They're trying to pretty much get everything ready for this scenario, which is what the scenario is. Ultimately to put hell on the 2/3 of the nation of Israel with Jacob's trouble. Go to war and draw out all the mighty men from all the heathen nations. In the valley of Yehoshaphat. Ultimately so they can all get judged when Yahushua returns. With thermonuclear missiles and chariots. It says the day of the Lord's return is burning with vengeance in his heart. Roughly paraphrasing. So just to read this part again, Revelation 13. Because this is the prophecy that we're speaking about, and the spirit of Yahushai is the spirit of prophecy. So if you're not speaking about this, if you're not warning the flock about these things, if you're not watching the visions and writing them plain upon tables, so that the congregation under you is understanding what's happening, then he was not sent by Yahweh Hashem Al Shai. It was most likely by an agent. Because in this ministry of Yahweh Shai, we're in the spirit of prophecy, and that's why we always talk about the mark of the beast. That's why they say GMS is known for speaking about the mark of the beast, because all these other so-called Black Hebrew Israelite camps, that's basically just a Christian church with a different twist to it. Like a Protestant church with fancy garments. So in the spirit of Yahweh Shai, the spirit of prophecy, I'm gonna go ahead and read this in Revelation 13, and I'm gonna start at verse 16. And it says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name." So if you go into that word mark in the Greek, it's charagma, which pretty much means a stamp and imprint. So what they're pretty much doing is they're making it that a stamp and an imprint is what you use to buy and sell. And so they're saying that they're doing a diligent search, about this. They're putting all their resources in. You kind of want to ask that question: is why doesn't this guy just calm down? If you got the apostles from Great Millstone, all the way down to the youngest apostolate, speaking about this guy and exposing his plans, you kind of think like, why isn't he stopping it, or doing something different? It was ultimately because he's bound by prophecy, to be the wicked. You can a leopard change the spots? But so thinking about that, you have to understand that this is the devil that we're speaking about. Esau, Edom, the son of perdition, and he can't do right. So if he sees they pretty much just plan to try to number the elect and try to pluck them out of the Lord's hand is all for naught. He's still gonna try. Because if he doesn't do these diligent searches, if he doesn't do this this thing with the RFID microchip, then he won't be able to go to sleep. Because the Heavenly Father is the one who's making them do this. Through the spiritual demon Satan. Because like Apostle Hari said that one time, Satan is in complete order. He's doing what he's supposed to do. Because ultimately with this RFID microchip, that's all to number the 2/3 of the nation of Israel and anyone else caught in the midst. Because we know that the hopeful elect, the 144,000, are not going to take that mark. You could read in Revelation 14. So let me pull it up real quick. This is Revelation 14, verse 9. It says, "And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High." So that the day of vengeance. To what is it for you of the day of the Lord? Because the day of the Lord is wrath and vengeance. Blood even. But continuing on, it says, "Which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb." That Lamb is capitalized because that's talking about Yahweh Shai. And the brimstone, that's talking about the thermonuclear missiles. So ultimately, if you manage to make it through Jacob's trouble, the troops, the famines, all the cannibals that we're gonna deal with in these last days, right before Yahweh Shai's return, and if you receive that mark of the beast, the RFID microchip, you're going to be tormented with fire and brimstone. So that should be well enough more motivation for you not to take it. It doesn't matter if you get starved for 10 days, because if you know the scriptures, it says that be thou faithful 10 days, and I shall give you a crown of life. So we've already given up our lives, so to speak, because we found it in Yahweh Shai. But so to finish off this video, because this devil, he was saying how they're doing a diligent search. Then I brought up the thing is like, why doesn't he just calm down, change his ways? Why can't he just become a Christian? It was ultimately because he is the devil that the Bible speaks of, and he was created for one purpose, pretty much to inflict damage and harm to the nation of Israel if they were to go off, and break the law, statutes, and commandments. We're yet in this day in our captivity. The curses of Deuteronomy 28 are on us right now. But Yahweh Shai is going to return and take us out of that punishment, and then give us the the crown of life, the spiritual bodies with laws written in our inward parts, the heart of flesh, so that we will never have to go off, that Esau will never have to be above us and have us in captivity like how he has us right now. But so, speaking on different things, I just want to read this real quick in Proverbs 4 verse 16 says, "For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away, unless they cause some to fall." So like it says, unless they cause some to fall. So these guys, like specifically this guy, Chairman Jerome Powell, telling Congress, he's doing everything that he's supposed to do, because if he's not doing this, if this article didn't get posted, this guy would be tormented in his sleep, because he's not doing what he's supposed to do. Because the wicked, they can't go to sleep unless they do wicked. Now, so this is Psalm 64 verse 6. It says, "They search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. But the Most High Yahweh shall shoot at them with an arrow, suddenly shall they be wounded." So this arrow that the Heavenly Father is talking about is those thermonuclear missiles. And verse 8, it says, "So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves, all that see them shall flee away." So just to finish this off in the video, just them saying these things, we can link it up to the scriptures. So and that's not even going into how there's Edomites versus Edomites snitching on each other. Coming out of secret meetings and telling them what they were doing, over there on Epstein's Island or what have you. These people are doing a diligent search, and then they go out on the news, they post this article, and pretty much make it so that their own tongues fall upon themselves, because they're pretty much snitching on themselves. Because this article comes out, and then you compile it with all the information we have on the R50 microchip. Like one of the elder brothers from the SF Bay Area camp, anytime there's a Mark of the Beast video, he pretty much just does. It's a continuation. It's like a series pretty much at this point. Because this devil, this is the end game. Like in this video he was pretty much talking about, they're doing a diligent search for this. They're putting money, resources, people at MIT to get this thing up and running. And if it's written in the scriptures, why would you think that it's not going to happen? So we wait patiently for this to happen. So that's the end of this video. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Rachakodash, and Shalom Akim.